Hello and welcome to the Life is Storytelling podcast. I'm your host, Chris Pierce, joined by my co host, Ernest Gonzalez, or Director Schmechter. We'll get more to that in a minute. Today is September 4th of 2025. We're here to review Grounded PS5. I know came out last year for PlayStation as year earlier than that for Xbox, but we just got our hands on it. We just finished it literally like 2 nights ago. And so yeah, we're gonna talk.
Yeah, we're
It's
not gonna not talk about a game that we played.
right.
It's kind of what we do.
Absolutely not.
I don't know what you
Absolutely not.
thought.
And like with
Okay.
the with the buzz around Grounded 2, we it's important. It's a topical time, and let's get into it because this is honestly our first. I feel like we've only tried a couple, but this is our first full venture into the survival space as a group,
We beat it.
and clearing it. Yeah, and
Yeah,
we beat
yeah.
it, and we
Because
didn't kill each other in the process.
there's a few games where like Don't Starve, right? Like
Right.
I think Don't
We did
Starve
that for
Together
a
is what we
night.
played.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one night. We got so many nights into it. We died a couple of times and we're
Yep.
like, "Oh, that was cool." And we moved on to something else.
We did.
But like we played this game from beginning to unending.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, and yeah, that's
yeah.
that. We'll talk about that here in a second too. But spoilers for Grounded, if you have not heard that story or whatnot, it
Yeah.
did fully release in 2020, but still letting you know now before we open up those floodgates. But before we get started on the review, a little bit of housekeeping. We are the Life of Storytelling Gamescast. It is me and my buddy here, Ernest. We're just two best friends that talk games every week, whether it be game reviews, game news, and anything else, honestly, that we just can under the gaming sun. And here we are just looking for all the support that we possibly can. So, like, share, follow, whatever it is, we greatly appreciate it. Reviews, you can even just do the star thing on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, commenting on YouTube videos, whatever you want to do, whatever you can do. We greatly appreciate it. We have had an influx of new followers due to our currently ongoing giveaway for a Silk song. We will, if you follow us on X, we do have the post over there. So go check it out because it is a whole like if you've seen an X giveaway, it's exactly that. You do the like, follow, retweet, whatnot. And we for everyone who's participated because we've gotten a few bites here, we greatly appreciate it. And yeah, we'll have the winner for that announced on Monday, September 8th. But very much appreciate any and all support for anyone who's already been here, who is new. We are happy to have you. And yeah, all feedback. We really would love it. So thank you for being here because, hey, we're just here to nerd out. Yeah. So, Ernest, before we even get
So,
started, man, how you doing, bud?
oh man, it's another day, and another day is a good day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
How are you, say?
I'm good. I think I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but I said I was drowning in music. Like a lot of like new tunes dropping. I have
Right.
been banging the hell out of the new Sabrina Carpenter, not soundtrack. It's not a movie.
Uh,
Album, but also
just a bold claim.
Rebecca Sugar, the creator of Steven Universe, has an album out now as well, which I kind of forgot was coming out, and it's also very good. And literally today, the day we're recording. Amy Lee, my high school crush, Amy Lee, my first goth mommy. She she teamed up with Poppy and the lead singer of Spirit Box to put out a new single out today, and it's awesome. It's awesome. I can listen to Amy Lee. She's still got it, bro. She's
Yeah.
still got it. And dude, I don't know what it is. She's just because she had obviously we know she had a new song come out for Devil May Cry earlier this year. She followed that up with a new song that came up out for Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff. And then
Right.
here we are with another one, man. So I think we're on the heels of a whole new album. And honestly, release it with the next Daredevil season. Come on. I know, it's not the most like loved thing in the world when you look at those two together, but come on, man, let's do it.
I'm mostly familiar with Amy Lee from Diablo. Diablo
Oh, fair
4.
enough. I forgot that's what
Yeah.
I named my character. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he made Amy Lee and
And I was a
Diablo 4.
necromancer.
That was just his character. Yeah, the whole time. Yeah. We just had Amy Lee on our team. It was
Yeah,
pretty great.
bro, just
Yeah.
summoning all the Skelly boys. But yeah, dude, definitely go listen to all that music. I know that definitely shows the dichotomy of Chris going from Sabrina Carpenter to Amy Lee, and Rebecca Sugar. But yeah, no, it's all awesome. I'm enjoying it so much, and it's honestly great to just listen, have so much stuff to listen to. Um, but it's also great to have things to play, and we played through Grounded. I guess we could
Yes.
call it Grounded One. I don't know.
Mhm. I think
Grounded
we call
because
it that to specify,
right,
you know?
because
Yeah.
we did try to. So I have touched Grounded too. We tried to get Ernest on it, but it's not available for the cloud
Yeah.
stuff, so he wasn't able to
Mm.
get on that. Um, and
I
I'll
have so
talk a little
much
bit about it.
through the cloud that I don't think I can complain like too much,
Right, right.
but
And
dang
obviously,
it,
it's an
you know?
unfinished game already, so like
Right.
I would assume at some point it's just going to be available because once it's
When
fully
it's
out,
a
it's going to be on
finished
Game
game,
Pass.
when it's
Yeah,
not in this trial version or whatever it is
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
Xbox calls it, then yeah, I imagine I'll have access to it at that point, you
And
know.
even
We
then,
can hop on it. I'm
I
good.
just
I'm good
hopped
with
on it for the sake of being able to talk about it here. Um, because obviously we plan it, I assume it's going to release on PS5. Well, PlayStation at some point once it releases fully on Xbox. So I think we would want to do that as a group because this was a very positive experience with Justin, even though some fights did ensue, but even our best games, it happens.
It's
So
very regular. Very
it is.
regular, yes. Yeah.
100%. 100%. We definitely got to see some of the ego of Justin for some of the things only he can do. We love you, Justin. Love you very much. And to all his friends who may be listening, let him know. Let him know we love him because he sucks.
Only a little bit.
A little
Yeah.
bit. A little bit.
A little
Because
bit, a little bit low.
it was a lot more, but it got shrunk down. But Ernest, Grounded, you are a bunch of kids who get shrunk down, have to find your way through the craziness of a backyard. And that does, it's like, it's very Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. There's no way that was not at the forefront of anyone's mind when they made this game.
Right, right.
Even more so for
Just
this sequel. But yeah.
posters of Rick Moranis just all over the
Right,
place.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. And ants. And spiders.
Which
Holy
everybody
crap.
should have a Rick Moranis poster, by the way.
If I had
Yeah.
one ready right there, imagine, bro. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's not Battle Royale. That's a Japanese Rick
you just
Moranis
yeah, it
poster
just
right
says Rick
there. Yeah.
Moranis. You don't understand the
Yeah.
caricature. But Ernest, let's get into some overall thoughts here. What did you think of Grounded? PS5.
So overall, let me just say that I appreciate Obsidian as a
Yeah,
company, as a video game company, man,
yeah.
because as developers, they are just so very good and so diverse. Like
Yep.
I appreciate it. There is a very Obsidian feel to this though, and
Mhm.
sometimes I think it just went straight to the back of my mind, but at the beginning of it and every time we would boot it up again and you see Obsidian, I go into it and my first like day just moving around in that game and stuff, you really see like that bloodline continue through
Yeah.
Grounded in the way that the combat works. And as much as this is a survival game, it feels very RPG-ish as well, right? So like with it having the story that it has it all and the way that it's delivered to you, that actually though is one of my not so favorite parts. It's not
Mm.
that I had a huge problem with it, but the vehicle in which the story is told to you. Now, I understand kind of why it ended up this way. There's not a lot of NPCs because you are placed in a backyard, right? And this
Right, and you're
isn't one
figuring
of
out
those
why you're in a
worlds,
backyard. Yeah.
right? And this is not a world where like the bug's gonna turn and talk to you or anything like that. It
Yeah.
is a pretty realistic situation aside from the crazy sci-fi stuff,
Right.
right? So I feel like I don't know, like maybe if there's a few more NPCs, I don't know who else is going to be shrunk with you back there. Like
Mm.
we have Burgle, we have a doctor. Those are like the only two people you're really communicating with back there, aside from each other when like one character is telling the other one to shut up or whatever it
In the
is.
majority of the game, you don't
So,
even have the doctor. You're hearing like recordings of him because we're trying to find him. Yeah.
right, right. And so Yeah, the story really is mostly told through tapes that
Yeah.
you find laying around in these labs throughout the backyard, and it I just wish there was some other way we could have also got story, because I appreciated a lot of those tapes and a lot of them are hilarious. Like the humor
Mhm.
in this game, and again throughout Obsidian games, is so on point. You know, like I it tickles my funny bone every time that Obsidian's like a joke for you, and I always appreciate it. So, but aside from the story, the characters themselves do have a lot of personality, although the quips and things get repeated pretty often
Pretty
as you
quick.
continue through that story.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
very quickly becomes repetitive. But you know, it was enough to like separate one character from another and show
Right.
that these people do have personalities.
It was like the
And then
LaCroix of personality. Like you don't get
the
the full
the
flavor, you get a taste.
combat is pretty decent considering like what's going on. A lot of bugs throughout this game, though.
What's the
Like
point? There's so
a
many
lot of
spiders. It
it's a super buggy game,
is
man.
a buggy
Like
game.
just
And
aphids
yeah.
just tripping the fucking out
And
there, dude.
weevils and their noises
Yeah,
are going.
weevils too. No. Yeah, yeah. I want a pet weevil like so bad. I guess I could have one easily
You
enough,
just have to do the
but
same thing. But yeah.
it wouldn't be that. I want to hear it though.
I know.
Like
I know.
I have to get a little baby megaphone for it. But
You might get
yeah,
stuck in
man.
the house again though.
Overall, and then the environment, of course. Like the
Right.
environment is huge. It's beautiful. It's detailed. It's probably my favorite part of the game. Just being
Oh
back
yeah.
there in the first place and finding the things and the way that everything works together with like different kinds of candy being put on your arrows and changing like the element of it and stuff. Like it's all so well thought out.
It's very
I do
creative.
really appreciate it. So yeah, man, overall I had a great time. The best part is shenanigans with friends, you know.
Absolutely.
I feel like if we went back into this game now, like we would do so good. We have a way better idea of what was going on. But
Yeah.
with this being our first run, it was a lot of figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
And when you know, when it was all said and done, it wasn't our best work or
No.
anything
I
like
think I
that.
got like
But
a 70% on the final character score or whatever that was.
right. I didn't even look at that,
Oh,
honestly.
okay.
I
I don't
remember
because I
nothing
have no
else.
idea if it's the same
So
across the board, but in order to get the plat, you need 100 for the record. But, yeah.
got it. At the end, though, I did feel like fairly accomplished. We made it because this game is like unforgiving. You know,
For
like
sure.
this game
For
does
sure.
not give you just an easy way to the end. You really do have to grind this stuff out. So I felt pretty
Hell
accomplished.
yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
yeah, man, overall, great time, though. I had a really, really good time with y'all.
But so to put a score on it, what do you got?
So 8 out of 10 right now for
Okay.
me.
Okay.
With it creeping like up towards a point 0.5, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think it's a really really good game.
Yeah.
Um, and I know it's out there. I technically could find a way to play it somehow.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think I can unless I like buy a PC or something or an Xbox.
Oh, Grounded
Um,
2.
right, right.
Right.
But like I'm looking forward to the day that we do get on that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say I had this at a higher score, and it's funny, because the downside of playing what is undoubtedly the better version, is it's gonna make you realize, dude, oh, at least they learned.
It was
Uh,
missing this. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. And to be fair, this game it's doing a lot. It is doing a lot. Like you hear you're shrunk down in a backyard at first without like having if you've seen nothing about Grounded, like because this is kind of where I was at. I was like, oh, that's neat. How much are you gonna do with that? They do a lot with that. Like
Yeah.
whole areas. Like you're talking about, like I felt kind of accomplished by the end of this. Dude, we had whole days where like, yeah, at some point you do have to spend a day just gathering the berry leather, and that's your accomplishment. You have and it's the thing with like survival games, you the whole point of them is you are taking the time to set yourself up for the survival because you have that preparation. It's like one of the things that like set sets Monster Hunter apart from like other action games. You gotta do the hunting to get your specific armor. You gotta have your potions, the things that are going to boost you in certain ways, and your certain play style. Witcher is another example. I know these aren't Survivor games, but these are ones that require like more
But the
preparation.
preparedness of it,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But they do it, and they do it so well. Because like you have the different like types of ghosts or monsters, and you want to make sure you have this type of concoction to be able to freeze this ghost and kill it, or trap it, or free it. All this other stuff, and it works so well. And this is like I feel like in terms of preparation, right there in the conversation.
Hmm.
And I do think this game gives you the tools you absolutely need. In terms of bugginess and whatnot, with all jokes aside, yeah, there's performance issues, and it is worth bringing up because when you're playing something, because it's the finished version, that's the thing. Yeah, it was ported over to PS5, and that should come with its own series of updates and whatnot. I'm sure it has, but we didn't even play it when it first came out on PS5. This came
This
out
is
on PS5 last year.
4 years after that it's come out, and I'm sure that there's also been updates like to the PS5 version and stuff. So
Well,
like,
I was gonna
yeah,
say it's only been 1 year since it came out on PS5, but yeah,
right. So
but yeah.
like, I mean, fix some of this stuff, you
Right,
know.
right, right, right.
Well, I'm saying like
Like
in the 4 years from
since it actually
2020 to
released. Yeah, yeah,
2024,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of time, and who knows how it was at launch. Maybe this is good. Maybe this is like
So
really,
I
really
will
good
still
compared
say
to
I
what it
think it
was.
is
I don't know.
good. We had like two game crashes, and then the most annoying thing to me, like when you see like the Weevil going in and out and the aphids and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I'm playing a Fallout
It's
game at
not a
that
fair. We
point,
just go around it. Right, right.
right?
Yeah.
The most annoying thing for me was when it didn't give you your header.
Yeah, because that's such a huge part of it.
Yeah,
Because
because
when you
you
have
forget how
somebody like
easy it is
far
to lose
away,
somebody. Yeah.
it's
Uh,
so easy to be like, "Hey, are you at camp?" Because I have this other ping that I'm
right.
trying to keep, and then you
Right, right,
just
right.
walk
Because it says
towards
your name
there.
above your character, and that's what I mean by header for listeners.
Right.
And yeah, it wasn't showing Ernest for the longest time. We did get it back for a little while, and then it disappeared again for a little bit, and it was only happening to him. But then, luckily, the last chunk of the game, it was consistently there. So that was great.
And I haven't had any trouble with any other game so far, so I'm
Mhm,
not gonna completely put it on the game. But
mhm.
I did have to like delete and reinstall the game like
Right.
twice,
Right, right, right.
just not being just it circling on the joining game screen
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for I don't know how long we sat. An hour or so the first
Maybe
time
so.
that it happened.
Maybe
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that was like a big chunk of our gaming night, you know. So
Right. But still, but like when we're in there, and for the most part, other than like literally those two occasions because you had to uninstall it and reinstall it twice, um, we had a smooth ride. Again, two crashes. But other than that, I think everything that was there, like it was great. I will say, in terms of story, I'm gonna be forgiving on this because no hate to you, sir. I'm not talking about you. So the story, in terms of the way the story is delivered, it makes complete sense that you're getting the tape recordings, having to go explore all the dialogue options and whatnot. And when you're playing with somebody who's not interested in that, which is completely fair. It doesn't have, it's not for everybody, and I understand because Justin got to go. He was off the reins. I'm gonna go do this thing. Oh, I'm dead. I'm drowning. I'm dead again. Like all this stuff. It's great.
just dying like
Uh,
20 times
Many
in like
times, man.
20
20 times.
minutes. Yeah.
But he wasn't in for it. And that's not to say he like spoke over dialogue, like necessarily intentionally or anything like that, but there would be points where like he's going and doing something. He's very good at finding new things and whatnot. And when you hear somebody saying, "Oh, I found this shiny new thing," you're in your mind like, "I want to see that."
Right.
I don't want to stay
Yeah.
here in this one solitary place. Because even if you like story, that's not the fun part. Of like this, like just sitting there and you hear somebody like, "Oh, the kids are outside right now. I want to go. I want to go to recess. I want to go with the rest of them." So I'm gonna be a little forgiving there. Now so I have this at a solid 8.5. I will say, um, for a long time before I hopped on Grounded 2, I was considering 9. Because I do think this game does so much so well. But like staying true to its name, it's very grounded. No pun intended. We're intending our
Mhm.
puns. Um,
We ain't no bitch, dog. We
yeah,
intend our
bro.
puns. Yeah.
Shit. Um, but like everything, you'll get killed by something. Like I was so upset. There was one night we found this like battery. And it's like, oh, this is a whole new area. And it took all this to get up to this spot. And I just stepped on where the it's like a car cable. What do you call those?
Battery cables, like the
Battery
jumper
cables,
cables.
like yeah, jumping
Right, right,
cables. That's the word.
right. Yeah.
And I jumped on where that's connected to the battery I saw, and it sparked me, and I died immediately. And it was
You
such
just
a
and
bitch
there's no
to do that.
revive or
No, no,
nothing.
no,
You're
no, no,
just
no, no,
dead,
no.
bro.
You're just
Yeah,
completely dead. But like, I thought about it, and I was like, that makes sense.
it
That
makes a
makes
lot
a
of sense.
lot of sense.
And
Um,
also, why you wouldn't be revived? It's not like you
right,
taking damage.
right,
You
right,
were
right, right, right.
electrocuted.
It's
Yeah,
like, bro, you fried. You fried.
it got me once too. I fell in the cycle. Yeah.
And then like the bugs and the difficulty there, yeah, you're going in here like a naked babe. You don't have anything, bro. And like you get to the point where you're like crafting your stuff and whatnot, and you get your spear, and we eventually work our way from that level one pebble hammer, pebble spear to our level three. I had a antlion great sword. We had the great ox, no, the ox beetle hammer and stuff like that. And then there's just a variety of things that splinter out with different like elemental types and everything. And on top of that, more improved armor and all that. And like when we started focusing in on, okay, we're gonna have to take the time to like farm. Essentially, like, okay, we had whole days dedicated to we're gonna go kill ant lions. We got to repair ourselves. Hey, cat looks different than the last time I saw her.
Yeah.
I don't remember her being a literal cat. No, the Raven's precious. Um, but it just does all of that so well that I absolutely loved it. And honestly, I thought the first person perspective was really, really like awesome. Like it helped me be like ingrained in it. Um,
Obsidian does first person really well
they do. They do.
historically. Yeah.
And so what I did to kind of offset that, because I only played like I played 2 nights of Grounded 2 just to hop in there, see what it's about. Immediately, you don't have to craft an axe, a hammer, a shovel. You get an Omni tool because what's different this time around is you're doing this on purpose. You're
Yeah.
shaking down on purpose, and the company is aware of it. You're in constant connection with the head of the company that was our bad guys in the first game. She's trying to make things right in this game as you're trying to go about stuff, not trying to get in the story there. But you get something called an Omni tool. It's like a Swiss Army knife that you do have to upgrade because you'll still get like, oh, this needs the tier two hammer or whatnot. But you're not out there making a whole new thing. You're just upgrading your Omni tool.
Yeah.
And like you don't even equip it. Like you go up to the thing you want to hammer, it gives you the button to hammer it, and you just hold it down and it hammers. And it's such a game changer. That, along with the dodge button, is wild work. Because I was gonna say you're right, the gameplay is good. I don't think it's bad. Um,
I
I
had to
do
get
think
really good at parrying.
right.
Like, yeah.
It is essentially, and that's the thing with like first person stuff, like melee stuff. It is like a newer Skyrim in terms of that gameplay. But the simple effect of adding in a dodge, because yeah, we know block, and yeah, you do have the perfect blocks that have the benefit and whatnot. Dude, a dodge is so good.
How
So
do you feel just in general about like a dodge in first person?
everybody should have it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
It is-
no, yeah, I understand that it's a thing. It's just always like
So I
whenever
know.
I dodge
Yeah.
in first person, it doesn't feel like I'm doing much.
And that's
You
because
know, it's
that's
just
not
like a little
programmed well.
swing.
Because the game has
But
to make like so literally. You because yeah, there's absolutely games that have it, and you just don't
then
feel
you
like you're
just like,
actually dodging anything. Right.
yeah,
You may
yeah,
still take damage. You may still get hit. You can outright actually like it works this time
yeah,
around. And this is me playing an unfinished product. Because there was this
you
ant
got it,
coming at
bro.
me, and I was like, "Oh, dude, we're gonna two piece. Let's go. Let's go." Um,
Say bye.
Bye, bye, buddy. We love Raven very much in this house. Both houses. He's not here, but the dodging works just so well. It is so like just honestly. I only had like really 2 fights, but just the having it, I really noticed it hopping back into grounded one. That I was just like, oh man, because I mean, your blocks are cool.
Yeah,
Obviously your perfect blocks are cool, but for the most part, there's still gonna be points where you're taking that damage. And every like, especially in survival, and like we were having this, dude, every fraction of that health bar matters. Because sometimes you don't know when the point's going to hit where you're like, oh, I need to use freaking 20 bandages right now. And
Yeah.
it gets hectic. And that's just where I'm like, I need something that's going to for sure not give me damage. And this gives you the chance. You get to back up and you
And
get to
having a
prepare yourself.
friend that is just like against bandages for some reason.
He's so weird.
Like,
He's so
just
weird. And the whole sap thing.
bandages. Why?
Look
Like
over
to
here. There's
heal, bro.
there's sap growing here. I don't want to see that. Don't show
he
that to me.
he refused to go collect sap. He was somebody bring me sap. Like,
Yeah.
bro, go get it. Playing and
But he's the
like
one who
I
built the house. He did build the house.
he did,
He did
and it
add a
did get
lot of
destroyed.
detail there, and
I
it
love I love the like the revenge system or
oh yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that is so cool,
It
man.
is so
It's
cool, and it
so
was
cool.
really funny the effect it had on Justin.
Yes, it was great. Because he gets pissed and we get happy.
Because each
But
time it happened, like there was one night, and this was just like calamity. And this is the night like, he took it the best. But literally, I stepped away, and then Ernest apparently had just stepped away because I just got back. And
Justin was
actually, no,
off
because I live
dying
with
on the
Justin.
lake or
Because he was
something.
yelling at me. He's like, Chris, I need you back on the controllers. Okay, coming back. And he's like, the house is under attack, and I'm just surrounded by mosquitoes. It's like, oh no, oh god, they're inside the house. Oh, it was wild. It was wild. And yeah, some things absolutely get destroyed. I would like to see stuff in the sequel. Um, because I didn't get, I never, and for the record, I probably never will be that person who just builds in a whole ass. I won't do what Justin did, build this awesome
Right,
base. Like
right.
literally in Grounded 2, I built like the little thing that you spawn at, like that little hut.
Yeah, the
And
lean
that's
to.
it.
Yeah,
I built stuff around that. Because I was like, the second I start trying to line up walls and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this.
yeah. No.
Um,
I'm the guy that let all my villagers die in Cults of the Lamb.
there you go.
Like I don't put a lot into stuff like that.
But
So that's why I'm not playing Power World. Otherwise, I'd be playing on that shit every day.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Um, but in terms of combat, the other cool thing is um, there's boss fights. We'll just say.
right, right.
Granted, we didn't do any of like the special ones because there's certain special ones that you know are going to be a doozy because they're being nice enough to not just throw you at it.
Hit
Um,
this button to start
right.
the
Well, you have to
fight.
bring a specific
Yeah.
item. But yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because like literally the first one we found, we were like mesmerized because we were so low level, so weak, low level on armor and gear and stuff, that we were surrounded by like orb weavers the whole time going through these trees, and then we just find this whole place that's just webs. It's just webs, and then it's like give this item to summon the brood mother. I was like, we got to get out of here.
yeah.
I know
We don't need
it's
this right
asking
now.
for like an offering to make it happen, but bitch is watching us. We got to get going. Got to get
It's
going.
around here somewhere. If it
Oh
changes
man.
its mind, if it loses its patience, we're done.
And then
Yeah,
there's another one that's like an actual mantis. Because we do get the mant. It's literally a man and mantis
the
fused
match is
together.
great. Yeah,
But there is a
what a beast.
mantis that we also found. And I'm curious because that so in those encounters, it makes sense for what we're fighting, right? There's ads. Like we're fighting that Black Widow, it has babies. We're in its
Mhm.
nest, we're in its lair. That's usually a thing, right? Um, but there's just so little you can do in regards to like prevent it because literally essentially one touch from even one of the baby Black Widows, you're just as poisoned as you would be if like the mama bit you.
And poison just takes away
It just
so
and
much.
it just and because
And
you do have the meter, because if you wait out the meter, like it stops and then you can heal up from that, but it's so slow. It's so slow. And I will say I do think in terms like it's a baby. It should be less and whatnot. And
yeah,
maybe it is by like a millisecond or something. Granted, we were also dealing with the mother at the same time. But things like that, I felt like just made it a bit more hectic than it necessarily needed to be. And there are difficulty options. So anyone who's like off put by that, you can change that. There's like detailed settings to where you can like mess with that and whatnot. But that's just my 2 cents on that specifically. Not to say it was too
but I
hard because we
mean,
got through it.
there's just so many like natural like environment
Yeah.
enemies out there that are just super fucking strong no matter what.
Yeah.
And in most games, you turn around, you go the other way, but like this doesn't always really give you the option. Like
Right.
in our we first set up, I think we set up our base like on the second or third in-game day,
Right.
and
Because we were very close to where you even
immediately
start the game in. Oh, that was
immediately
the
a wolf
spider.
spider is just crawling over our house and stuff, like, and
It's
just like
hilarious.
yeah, dude, and just wrecking us over and over again. Like, it felt so unfair. It felt
Because
so unfair. Like, why is he harassing us? What did we do to him? You know?
but literally, because like there was, because obviously we're talking to each other. Justin's working on the house. I don't know what Ernest was doing at the moment. I know what we thought he was doing. And I think I was cooking something, and
Would
I
you?
was like, "Why is that grass shaking right there?" And Justin's just like, "Oh, that's Ernest just cutting down some grass." And Ernest, like, you were like, "Oh no, I'm not in. I'm not over there." And me and Justin were like, "Wait, what do you mean?" And then we just see it. It was the freaking wolf spider. I was like, "Oh God, get in the house! Get in the house!" And those are the moments because there's a lot of those where the chaos just ensues and it just makes for the best experience. Because, dude, I had so much fun. I had so much
Yeah,
fun. Like this was our Baldur's Gate with Justin since he's not going to do that with us.
it's probably as close as we're gonna get,
Probably,
but maybe
probably,
I still think we might be able to pull him into a couch co-op. I don't know.
maybe. But like,
Yeah.
what would what? Well, so as of right now, I don't know what it would be.
We have to
Um,
flaunt it. We have to lay on the couch like one of his French girls and like ask him to draw us or whatever.
but because we did play this, he has like reluctantly agreed to play Dune when that
Yeah.
does come to consoles, and I'm hype as hell for that. Because
Which is
especially
it's a
since,
big one for me, but like it's huge for Chris. Fucking loves Dune,
yeah,
man.
yeah, the spice
Loves
must
Dune.
flow.
I
The
like
spice
Dune a
must
lot.
flow.
Yes,
And
yeah.
Justin, I said the spice must flow, and he didn't know what the hell that was, and that's wild. So
And he's seen the movie. He's
he
seen the
has not.
movie.
No, he hasn't.
He's gonna be. Oh, is he like? I don't care about Dune.
Right.
I don't care about Dune.
Because I
I
invited him
don't.
to two.
I don't care about Dune.
Because when we went, because it was just you and me that went to go see two. I invited him to go to that,
Uh,
and I even offered to like, hey, we can watch the first one. He was like, I just have no interest. I was like, all right. He
he's
loves
crazy.
bugs. There's worms.
He does.
Hey,
He
worms.
does. Yeah.
But that aside, this has been really fun. Like literally the system of like you can get your canteen to hold your water droplets and finding like the upgrade paths for that. Literally, like it was like the last day. But Justin got to the point where you get the canteen that like purifies the
The
dirty
charcoal
water.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's so awesome. That's so cool. We got like I don't. I'm just gonna put the title on there. The game doesn't call it this, but we got like a legendary weapon schematic, that flaming sword.
Yeah.
Um,
Awesome sword too.
and it's very cool, and you do have to do something different to get that. And I know there's more of those types of weapons in two. I'm not sure if there's more of those in one. There might. I wouldn't be surprised if there were. But I think that stuff is awesome too. Um,
You even telling us a little bit of what that class system is
I was just
like
about to say,
is
yeah,
super interesting. Yeah.
very, very much so. I will say I've again only played it for 2 days. I don't necessarily plan to go back until it's a point where either you and me can do it. And then obviously when the full game releases, I don't want to do that without the whole crew. Um, but yeah, there's archetypes. The one I know for sure is mage. I don't remember if the titles are exactly this, but there is essentially a ranger, a fighter, stuff like that. Like there's like a class of you have your dual blades and whatnot. You have your archery and you focus
Tell
around
me.
that. Right, 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 right.
Hell yeah, dual
But like
blades.
when you select those, because the thing is when you hear that, at least in my mind, I picture you select the archetype at the beginning of the your stuff and you have the gear for that. No. It's essentially like helping you roadmap how you want to, because you're trying to pick a play style for yourself and you select your archetype and it helps you track how you put everything together to become that archetype, which is so handy. It's so organized. I will say, especially the map, everything looks so much better into.
But it still allows you freedom to
Yeah,
use other
yeah,
weapons, stuff
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Okay.
And like you can definitely switch off of it to go to a different one. But at that point, like you would be at the point of like gathering the stuff again for the other class and whatnot.
Right.
But it's just really cool. And like the one that like stuck out the most to me, not because I want to do it. Oh, hi Nami. My bed's very high up. Hi, baby girl. Um, um, she was up there for so long before I like registered for somebody. I would have been killed if somebody broke into my house.
It's just like that behind you and shit, dude. Yeah.
Um, But
I
the
wouldn't say
mage,
nothing.
there's a mage archetype, and like it looks like that. Literally, just look it up because it's like gonna be the first thing you see. Because I assume everything you can see on these, it's like early game stuff. Obviously, the game's not finished. Like
Right.
he's like using a staff to fling like water droplets at people that look like magic blasts, and that's cool. That's very
Yeah.
cool. And I wonder, and actually, I imagine you can upgrade the staff and do different types and whatnot. Um, but it's and, like it's just so refined, and like
Yeah.
that's what because we didn't know Grounded 2 was going to be a thing till this year. Obviously, it was like a shadow drop of an announcement, and then obviously it's available now on Xbox and PC in early access. And dude, like Obsidian after this year, guys, take a break. Well, actually, finish the Grounded 2, of course. But you're killing it because we're
They
literally in the
are.
Outer Worlds 2 just around the freaking corner, and we're gonna
Right.
cover that because I plan to hop on that. Um,
Are you gonna be the Outer Worlds
no,
first?
no,
No?
no,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Mm-mm.
That's all right. That's
Oh, I
totally
know.
okay.
I'm just like not at all.
And because this is gonna be like in that same world, they're probably gonna have some callbacks and stuff like
I would
that.
hope
But I don't.
so
I'm pretty
because
sure you can just hop in and go for the ride and
right
not like really miss out on anything.
because
So
that's my thing. Like somewhat of a tangent, but on topic with what we're talking about here. I think because it's important. One of the difficulties Final Fantasy has had as a franchise is numbers scare people.
right.
Because like you look at the casual gamer audience, when you see Final Fantasy 16, you think,
Do
oh,
I
there's
have to play the
15 things
first
before it.
15?
Right.
Yeah,
Right, right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. And also that mixed with their unrealistic sales goals, they like never hit their mark. They like never hit their mark. And because of that, we're probably not getting another Guardians of the Galaxy, those bastards. Um, but
Oh, it's such a good
it's so
game.
good. Go
I
play that. Go
love
play
that
that
game.
right now,
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
yeah. You want to talk
But
about buggy though?
hey man, it has to be better now. But even then, it wasn't like it's not as buggy as Grounded.
No, no, it crashed a lot. That's what it was.
Okay, I was gonna say it
It
didn't
was
crash for me,
yeah.
but it did give other people trouble.
It
But
crashed for
regardless,
me like
great
10
story.
times.
Goddamn.
Yeah. But yeah, it was.
But that was also years ago. So there you go. But sequels should and it's a thing because Outer Worlds 2 already confirmed like it's a new protagonist. It's not the same people or whatnot. I would hope it is going to have throwback because there should always be something for the returning player. Because we're also going to be playing Ghost of Yote here in a little bit, and like I absolutely did not have to replay Ghost of Tsushima because
Mhm.
it's set like something like a few hundred years later. If we see Jin, he did something wrong.
It's
He
gonna
got
be a
shrunk.
skeleton or something. He got shrunk.
He's no, he raisined. He raisined, and we're gonna find
He
his raisined
raised
body.
his shrunk.
Oh, but the thing is, there you'll usually find your callbacks because obviously, in terms of Ghost of Tsushima, like if you're becoming the Ghost of Yote, who's the original ghost? It's Jin. You know,
Right.
Outer Worlds 2, a little bit different because it's very much like your open exploration RPG and whatnot. But I'm sure you're going to find your callbacks to that original crew. I'm sure what I would hope had I gone through the original one fully, because I did play like 15 hours of it. Like if you
It's a
were like
good
some of
bit.
those companions, because I think it's your first companion you meet. It's the girl who's voiced by Ashley Birch. She's like the kind of
Like a
awkward girl.
mechanic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. It would be awesome to like hear about like what she was up to, like whether you see her or not, or you just hear somebody talking about her. Callbacks like that, because
And
obviously
her
in your
story, you're pretty much playing. You're like hyping her up to like
right,
date a, to date someone and stuff. So
okay, and
like
it's a girl, right? Yeah,
right, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The like lead mechanic of that colony and stuff
Right.
like that. So it's cool, man. Like maybe she's co-running that shit or something
Right,
like
and then
that.
maybe
Yeah,
we run into a child of theirs or something, or
yeah,
like a friend of theirs that's talking about them, or you can have absolutely a more direct callback. I'm just saying it's not always something you have to have, but we do
right.
need in Outer Worlds 2 Ben Schwartz. He has to be there. If he's not there as
Just
the head of sequels,
the director of sequels.
like
Yeah,
oh man, because
dude.
dude,
Oh,
it's so
that's
good.
some of my favorite marketing for a
It's
video
so
game.
good.
Like,
How is he not on Grounded too? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Get them on there.
but back
Slacking
to
on the job.
Grounded.
Oh
Um,
man.
we spend a lot of time in these systems, and my thing is it is very well overwhelming at first. And like Ernest, you were saying,
That's a lot.
it's a lot to learn. You're going through your first run, you don't know how things work. If we went in now, like doing a new playthrough, we'd probably tear it up. There would still be
Yeah.
its own level of difficulty because obviously you start a new thing, you're limited. Um, and I will say, Grounded does have its own set of new stuff for New Game Plus. Um,
And we know like recipes now, stuff
right,
like that, right?
recipes
Like,
and
yeah.
whatnot, and we have good gear already. Oh, well, you know what I mean. But the systems, though a lot of them, I do feel like they're presented to you in a way that are easy to grasp, easy to
Mhm.
understand, and like I just didn't like it. It is a lot when you look at it on paper what you're doing, but at the same time, I think if you just let the game go through its thing, because there were times we were hitting walls. Because
Mhm.
Justin very early wanted to just do his thing, and that's completely fine. That's not a complaint. It led us on some awesome adventures and finding new things that we later learned we were there too early. Because there are reasons that the game spaces some things out, and then we were like, okay, let's actually focus on some story objectives and see where this takes us. And it took us through like actual story beats to like getting better gear, and
Right.
whatnot. And I mean, it makes a lot of sense because it's introducing you. This is the first of a franchise, and I do think it does that really well. Would you agree with me? You think that's wrong? What do you think?
No, I do. I do agree with you because while it was challenging and while sometimes the game was like, you little fucker, you know,
The
like that.
spiders, bro. Yeah,
Dude, the spiders especially like constantly the spiders are the biggest problem like in the
yeah,
whole yard.
yeah.
But there's definitely levels to that as well.
Yep,
But those levels as well, and just like it felt like there was like layers to this game,
yep,
and you're just slowly working yourself through them. Like this is not just a pickup and play all the way through game. Like it
right.
is going to take that work, like I said
You
before.
literally
But
kind of are living here. Like, yeah,
and but, like, also that feeling when you do get past that wall that's been placed in front of you is such a
yeah,
good feeling. "Oh, we found it out," just
yeah.
getting so hype about a recipe. "We finally know we got the tier 2 hammer," or
Yep,
whatever it was,
yep,
like,
yep, yep.
"That's a
We can go
fucking
back and get
game
those
changer."
gum chunks. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right,
It's awesome.
right, all types of stuff like that. So, "Oh, we could finally build a jacuzzi." Like, okay,
Yep, that
you
was a
know?
thing. That was a thing.
Like, but, like, those small victories make the rough parts so worth it, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, while there's only so many bosses out there, stuff like that, even finally being able to overcome some of the more difficult enemies, like the first orb weavers that we killed, we were like, we
yeah,
got it, and then, like,
yeah.
by the end of the game, finally
We're
being
just
able to
mowing through
just
them. Yeah,
I the first time I soloed a wolf spider, I
it's
was like
huge,
so
huge.
hype, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
and then I got maybe too cocky with it, like, I'm gonna start this pink thing by myself, one
Oh
of
yeah, yeah. I
the
remember that.
mixer challenges, yeah,
And that's the thing.
um,
Numbers are always going to be difficult.
mhm, mhm,
Like even when you're like at the point of killing spiders,
especially
if there's
without a
too many
dodge button,
ants, it's gonna hurt. Oh yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and because it's very easy in this game to get surrounded, and there's
100%.
not much that you can do about it aside from, like, trying to, like, jump out of there,
I was gonna say in
and
that
it doesn't work
regard,
that
it could
well.
probably help because I've been playing Grounded 2 in third person just to try out the two different things, and
Mhm,
obviously you can see behind you, and that does help just to know
right.
where something is, stuff like that.
So you can get the hell out the way, but
Right,
you don't really have that sixth sense
right,
when you are playing in that first person,
yeah. And
and
I
that's
would still
where
say I prefer the first person.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because it is that more immersive. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the point of first person, right? So, like,
it's
to
supposed
be
to be. Yeah, yeah,
but but sometimes it can take you out as well if it's not well done. But I
right,
mean, like I said, Obsidian's like great for this stuff. But yeah,
for sure.
back to what you were asking, like definitely, I feel like it's paced appropriately for
Hmm.
us to go in there and not know what's going on, and for us to be able to make the progress the way that we did. I think that it's fair. It's a fair enough game, even though sometimes it feels unfair when you're getting your ass whooped.
Right,
But
but at the
like
same time,
stepping
you're a
back and
shrunken down
looking at it now,
child. Like, what are
right,
you? Like,
right.
what threat are you even when you're like full grown? Like it's the whole
And
thing.
how dare I mean, testing on kid this game because it's teenagers and they're doing these like teenage quips from the
And it's like set
90s
in the
and
'90s.
stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. It definitely feels like it might be a little bit geared towards children, but there's like dark stuff going on here. Like you find teenage skeletons
yeah.
out in the
Like that
backyard
first
and
time we
stuff
found
like
that
that.
room of just all like the staked up ant heads.
Oh yeah,
It was like,
that never
whoa,
came back
we
around
never
either.
figured out
That
what was
was
going on
just
there. Yeah.
what
Well, I
was
mean, we did
happening?
learn that people were like losing their mind gradually after being shrunken down and everything there.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
obviously, like
While
we know, it does
raising.
impact older people differently. But one thing I will criticize a little bit, because the whole reason we got the bad ending, they didn't point us in the direction of going after the bad guy. Like
Right.
and maybe it's on us for relying too much on the main story. Because once we got to the point of like I said, we were hitting some walls. We did spend a little around like 44 hours around here in this game. And we would hit those walls of like trying to do things on our own, not like necessarily looking at like what the next story objective is. And then one of us, I think at some point, like we had all taken the turn. Okay, what's the next story objective? What do we got to do?
Right. Right.
Because at some point when you've gone too long without like feeling that dopamine hit of like we've achieved something, it's like we need to achieve something. And we always had that story stuff to rely on and go back and do. And we never got like a story beat to like, oh, let's go find director Schmechter.
Right.
Um,
Or even
it,
really like hints that he's out there or like or whatever, you
I
know?
do think the hints
Because
were
like
there because again,
did
those
we just miss them completely?
right because I think it was because literally once we find Wendell Tully,
Hmm.
uh, who's like our main objective, and then from him he talks about Director Schmechter, and right when we find him, we get out of that lab, we see an ant with like the rod on its head,
Right.
and that's
Right.
when we
Right.
learn
Right.
about the orcs, and that he is controlling them.
I
Uh,
mean, even if just before the you go into the end of the game, you're going to end the game, you have to speak with Wendell and like
yeah,
him being like, like, hey,
there's no
Schmechter's
like
still out
choose
there,
this or
dude.
that. It's
Like,
just
yeah,
get us out of here.
are you sure you're ready? Because there's still stuff to do. Like,
Right.
just a quick line like that with a yes or no would have been fucking
For me, I would say a little bit
like
more
I don't
detail
know.
of being like, we should do you think we should stop Director Schmechter or something like that?
Right,
Because
right,
literally,
right. Like he's
like,
out there, we can find him. Like,
right, like we have
like
evidence of it now.
right.
And it just there was nothing directly pointing to it. And as we were watching the ending, we were like, oh no, is this the bad ending? Justin's like,
And
I
you
don't
know
think this
what?
game would have two. And I looked it up, it's like, oh, this is the bad ending.
Immediately, like three
Yeah.
seconds later, I don't think this game has a bad ending. And then he does that.
It seems
Hey
so
guys,
sad.
I think if we hit this button and he goes, no, that's the wrong way.
Yeah.
That's definitely I don't think it's that. And then it's that. Like, yeah, that happens a lot. But he's also right once in a while. So yeah.
A good bit. That's
Um,
usually why we have him in charge. But
and
yes.
he's definitely like the most experienced like in survival games as well. I think like me and you starting off from the get-go, we might have had a more difficult time
That's fair.
than without him. So
Well, because he also just embraced is no offense. I do think he died the most.
oh yeah,
But
a
like
lot.
he knew he put himself in those situations.
Oh,
Like I had one rough night because I got very drunk and
it
I had
was
so many
so good,
backpacks.
man. It was I
It's-
just thought of it. I just thought of it. The night that Chris moved into the new
Where I'm at
house.
now.
Right. It's celebration time, baby. That's a big deal. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You just
Justin got me
moved
some
into the new
beer.
house with the
Yeah,
homie. Chris was smashing them, and you just hear like the slurs start to come in throughout the night, and just like I don't give a fuck. And, and
the slurring of
he had
words, but yeah.
so every time that you die in this game, if you haven't played it and you stuck around, you drop your backpack. So
Yeah.
everything that you had in your backpack, aside from like the very essentials, like the tools and stuff like that, are left out there in the world.
Yeah.
And Chris had about 10 backpacks out there.
And it just kept going up. Like I
Like,
was like, oh man, I
yeah,
have like 6 backpacks. I have 8 backpacks. It
but
just kept dying.
even with that, he died so much
So
more
much.
just because he was like, I'm gonna dive to the bottom of this lake
He's stubborn. He's
with no
stubborn.
gear
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
over and
And to be
over
fair,
and
there was
over
one night
again.
where he was also drunk. But yeah, for the most part, he was
Oh
just
yeah.
very stubborn. And he's like, it's just right there. I'm almost right there. Screw it. I'm out of here. I'm
And then
recalling the
he'd
backpacks.
and then he'd be like, I'm done. I'm
Yep.
done. And then he'd go back in there and be like, I made it further this time. I can
Yep.
do it. And
Yep.
it's
Yep. Yep.
just
Yep.
like,
Yep.
oh, it's a bad idea, man.
He's a precious little soul.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yeah. He's great. And I think great job on the crew. Obviously, I played as Pete, little white boy. Ernest here played as Max. Mm-mm.
Damn,
Damn,
I
give me
need
a
a
piece
plate
of
of
that.
this.
Dude, every time
Yeah.
he ate, it was so freaking funny. And then Justin had the character with the funniest
Ooh.
name, which was Alley Hoops. Yes.
Ah, yeah. Allie Hoops is just a real go getter, you know,
She
just in
is.
general.
She
Yeah.
is. She just kept going and kept dying. Get busy living or get busy dying. Um, but yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. The pet system, which like we went a lot of the game not like knowing what to do, but we eventually got it. We all each got our own pets. Me and Justin got the ants. You got yourself that aphid.
The worst one.
Um,
Yeah.
it's not the worst one, I don't think.
No, I mean, Colin just wasn't doing the most, you
So
know.
I
You had
think you
your
got the
aunts
most
with
buggy
you
pet
out there and like, oh,
because
it's the most.
there was a
He would
point where
just
he got
fly
stuck in a
around.
house. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got stuck under the house.
yeah,
That was the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Colin's just a wild card, baby.
I hope he's doing okay today.
Yeah.
But then I will say the very, very exciting evolution of that is mounts in Grounded 2.
Right.
Because I just
That's
so
great.
like right where I ended my playthrough of Grounded 2, I got to the point of being able to do that. I got myself an ant egg, and it gives you the option to like go through, get yourself an ant mount. And through gameplay and
Do
whatnot,
you raise it?
yeah, it's your baby.
It's like the whatchamacallit garden in Sonic.
Oh, Chow Garden? I guess.
Yeah.
So I will say, I got to the point where I could build the thing that you hatch. It's a hatchery. That face. But I don't know if like it immediately happens or you have to wait some time or whatnot, whatever. But you're hatching that ant to become your mount. And then through like footage and stuff I've shown y'all, we know you can also, there's people that have orb weavers as mounts. They're adding
That's crazy.
ladybugs as mounts, and you can build
Right.
stuff on the mounts. Obviously, it depends on the size that helps you with things. Like I've seen a lot of people like they use like we carry our grass planks. When you chop down a thing of grass, you have like your four planks from it. You can build an apparatus on your amp mount to like hold stacks, and it just helps you with inventory, helps you
Answer
manage
strong.
everything. Yeah, right. And
Fun fact, answer strong. Mm,
ants.
mhm. Ant.
Ants. Ant-Man.
And
No, not a single Ant-Man reference that I found. But yeah, I'm very excited to see where that's going to go with that. Just the differences we have with just the little bit of innovation on the. I say innovation, like dodging is not new, but for them to put it in the game, it is new for this franchise, and I'm very happy it's going to be there
good
because
additions,
it's
right?
just because it's more than one way to like avoid being hit. Because I mean, blocking, you're gonna get hit, obviously, and more often than not, you're probably gonna take some damage from that, or your stamina is gonna take the hit. And stamina recovery, especially in those early stages, you need every bit of that, man.
Mm.
So you dodge, you keep your head on the swivel, and you just get back at them. And then along with that, just the Omni tool system is so awesome.
It
So
really sound and because like, you know, especially end game, like
yeah,
there's certain tools that I wanted with me and stuff, and like
right,
the
because we didn't have the
hotbar
science to
space
just
wasn't
duplicate
really a
everything. Yeah.
but just your own inventory and having those tools on you, like having a shovel, having a
Yeah,
hammer, having an axe and stuff
and you
like
don't
that
have to
took
do
up
the radial for it. You just hit the
it
button when you go through the
eventually,
thing.
like, took up, like, half my inventory.
Right.
So, like, yeah, it was just it was a lot. It
It
was a
is.
lot to manage, which I understand in a survival game in the first place, a
It's
lot
like
of
a
it
point.
is
Yeah.
resource management, but damn it, yeah, that Omni tool just sounds like it makes life so much better.
It's so,
So
dude,
much
and because you get it like off the bat, and you also start out with like newer bugs. Like you immediately see a snail. The first thing you see is like a cockroach with a cockroach baby, and stuff like that. And it's just very exciting because the sequel is granted you don't get the full scope of it. Again, it's not finished. You're in a park. You're not in somebody's
single
backyard.
mother roach.
Ugh. But you're in a whole ass park, and just the seeing what they did with the backyard, I am beyond excited to see what they do with the whole park.
Yeah, man, the possibilities there, you know, the
For sure.
possibilities.
For
And
sure.
because, like, this I I mean, no, I'm not gonna expect NPCs. I want like a little world out there, you know. And
So
I feel
you
like
do
now
you
would be the
technically do have
time
an
to like
NPC
do
you're
it,
talking to regularly because she keeps
like a
calling in.
radio.
Yeah, like you're not
Oh,
face to
gotcha.
face, but I mean, whatever. Because she doesn't shrink down. You shrink down
Mm.
because you're trying to do something. And she
She's
keeps
like
calling
the
me.
director, not Schmechter.
Right.
Right.
But I mean, I do have my theory that maybe she is, but we'll find out.
Oh
Because
no.
she's running the company that like is responsible for operating on you in the first game. But
Right.
she's like, "Oh, I'm
Right.
not
Right.
like that." It's like, okay. Again, I'm
But
so
not me though.
sorry that happened. Right, right, right.
Yeah.
But
Listen, our bad, okay? Our bad for shrinking you down and you spending months in the backyard
because
just
literally at the start you
risking
find
your life.
multiple skeletons, and she's like, "Oh, that shouldn't be happening. There shouldn't be any dead bodies there. How'd that get there?" I'm like, "Oh, I wonder.
Ah,
I wonder
yeah.
how." But we'll see. Obviously, we'll see how that's going to unfold and everything. And of course, we're fans of Obsidian here. We hope everything goes great with Grounded 2, and the launch of Outer Worlds too.
Yeah, yeah. And because I'm so excited for Outer Worlds, man. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed that first game. I know a lot of people had problems with it, the length of it, stuff like that. Do side missions, motherfucker. But
right. Like fill up your
I
stats. Yeah.
yeah, because I spent like what 40 hours in that game and I did
Oh,
some of the side content, not a lot of it.
yeah.
So like there's plenty of game there. People just played straight through to the end. That's what happened.
Right.
But but this is not a game where you can do that. This is definitely
No,
chock
it will
full of stuff
literally
to
stop
do.
you. Yeah.
This is chock full of stuff to do. This is like definitely a game for a while.
Yep.
If you're looking to you literally build a little home in a game and spend some time there, like this is a great game for that.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
it's such a cool thing to do with the homies, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were
I couldn't do this game solo. Hell no.
right.
Nah.
That's another reason why I'm like not itching to get back into the beta, not beta, early access for two. Full disclosure on two, I did put it on easy because I was like, I'm going in here by myself. I just want to see what's new. Um, but
You play
I
a game on easy if you need to, bud.
Well, I
Like
understand,
fucking
but I was just like, I wanted to, I mainly, because I had heard about the Omni tool and I was like, can it be as awesome as people say? And like, literally, you get that immediately, and I'm like, oh, this is game of the year. Like, this
Yeah.
is so good.
Game of the year.
Oh, man. Because there were
Uh,
so many times where it's like, oh, I found the toenails, but I don't have the thing for it. Chris, come on over here. It's like, okay. And it's just so nice. And the fact that you don't have to use up an inventory slot, huge for a game like this. Huge. So very very excited for that. But yeah, and then also on top of everything else we just discussed, they released Avowed earlier this year, which maybe not our favorite thing. It still had a lot of promise there,
it's good.
and the gameplay was very solid. I do think that
Yeah.
gameplay was like, I'd put that up there with some of the best first person gameplay, especially just like the whip,
Oh, the way
not using a whip, but like the
you're
wand, but like
you're like flicking those damn
yeah, you
spells at
felt that
people.
shit.
Yeah,
You felt that
yeah.
shit, and that was so cool.
I was so surprised that you, of all people, played a magic class. That's crazy.
Kind of. Well, because
You
they let
played
you do it.
magic stuff before in things
Oh, I'm
where
not even
strength
saying
is like
that.
an option, but like,
It's just I had the option to because like I did the same thing in Skyrim. If you give me the option to have both,
oh
I'll
yeah,
do
yeah,
it. I'll do it.
yeah,
Because like if I have the option to have magic as my range thing, I will go with that.
yeah.
Um, because anybody who uses bow and arrow is lame. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Calm down. Calm down. Hey, how dare you? We're gonna get flagged. Uh, my bad. Sorry, YouTube. But no, yeah. If you give me the option to like, because like I think the word is spell sword. At least in Skyrim it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because like I would regularly. I was like, oh, I don't have to make potions. I can heal myself. Like that's huge for me. And then you have your sword in your other hand. Obviously, when you get to the point of great swords and whatnot, where you're two-handed, yeah, screw
Right,
magic.
right.
I
And
guess that's screw that.
that's what I'm thinking. Every time that you go into the game, like a game, I
Yeah.
usually expect you to play a strength build
Hell
just
yeah.
off the top of
Hell
my
yeah.
head. I know that's
Though
your
I
shit.
will say I'm
Just like you
so
would expect me to probably play like a Dex
right.
character, I
So like what I
imagine.
would say, like I whether it be the dual blades or the bow and arrow I was talking about earlier in the archetypes, I know I'm like that's his shit.
Right.
Um,
It
but like
is.
right along with that, I'm
That's
just
why they
curious
talk
about the
so much
magic
shit
class
about
in.
bows.
But that's why I'm very curious about the mage class in Grounded 2, just to see what that actually evolves into, what that
Because
actually
it's just
does.
so different than anything you would expect
100%,
to be
especially
in
now that
that
we've been
game.
through the main
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but needless to say, Grounded 2, like I thought it was really cool that they announced it again, just to see that Obsidian is just on it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But like now I'm like really excited for Grounded 2. Like I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to when that fully releases. Because yeah, Grounded One, great experience. Like I know we're between the two of us 8.5. It's so fun. Yeah, there could be more story there. Again, we were with somebody who didn't necessarily want to focus on that. That does impact that. So a little bit of forgiveness on that point, on that front. Um, but still, like what we did get to go through, what we did get to experience, like the horror and like excitement of when we found that room with all the ant heads, like when
Yeah,
we were
dude.
like, oh my god, we were in the, and you've seen it on our feeds the day
The
the
speed,
first thing I posted
the
from Grounded.
speeder, the speeder.
It's Peter when we were in the cave looking for Justin's backpack after he died, and then it's just like, what's that back? It's a spider! It's a spider! Get the hell out of here! Get out of here! There's so many awesome
Just
moments
immediately goes down, just
immediately,
crying,
dude.
both from
Oh man,
sadness and happiness, same
all of it,
time.
all mixed
Yeah,
together. But
sad and
yeah,
happy too.
regardless to say, I mean, needless to say, we recommend it. Definitely recommend
Mhm.
it. Obviously, if survival's not your bag, I don't think this is going to necessarily change anything about that. The setting, because this, I want to say this is probably my first survival game I've actually completed. Because I start a lot of them and I love them. But there is always that difficulty curve of like you really got to get the system down, and along with that, you got to keep yourself fed, keep yourself hydrated, whatnot. At some point, I usually end up dropping them because I'm like, man, this is a lot right now. I'll come back to this, and now that's why there's a long list of games that I'm like, that was really cool, but I did
And
not finish it.
having friends definitely helps. So
100%.
all of you out there without friends, sorry for you.
Still
But
try
I don't
it
know.
because again,
Yeah,
there is difficulty options, and like maybe it ends up being cool. If you have
maybe.
arachnophobia, there's a slider for that to make them not look like spiders, and they look really goofy.
Did you check it out?
Yeah,
Okay, because I
it's
never.
just like we would know like, oh, that's a spider. That's still a spider. But that's the thing about phobias, you know. They're rarely something the person who has them chose to have. So
Right,
so
right.
it
Yeah.
is
You
it
know what I'm
is
gonna do? I'm gonna be
I want
scared
to be
of
scared of this my
spiders.
whole life. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like agoraphobia, like the fear of like, oh, it's not agoraphobia. I forgot. Like, Chara has the thing where she's scared of like just an amalgamation of little holes.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
freaks with her, and like, but I can see like why. Like sometimes it's just gross.
Right. Because
Um,
sometimes I'm like, but I'm not like you know.
I love that. That's what a
Yeah,
clip there. Sometimes I'm like,
yeah.
but now you played as Max too much. But
Max
Ernest,
is wild, bro.
Ernest, give me some final thoughts on Grounded, man.
So overall, man, just shout out to Obsidian for putting together great
Yeah.
games, man. They're so good at stuff. I again, like the environments here are like my favorite part of
Oh
the
yeah.
game. I love how the sandbox is the desert. I love how the koi pond is like this deep, underwater like scary thing with a
Yeah.
koi potentially coming to like
Yep.
eat
Yep.
you and
Yep.
shit. Like it's
Yep.
so scary. It's so frightening. Um, there's times that this game turns into a horror survival. It's
Yeah.
so cool just hearing like noises off in the distance,
Yeah.
and you know that it's something just huge that's going to murder you. It's awesome. And then you get there and it's the mat. I do appreciate the humor. Once again, there's so many things that I like about this game. The little intricacies of like how everything works with one another and the way that the recipes work and where you get those ingredients from. It's all so well thought out and very well implemented. Again, do just wish there was like a little bit more story or like at least like different vehicles aside from just those tapes that are like bringing you the pieces of these stories. um I understand there's like some files that you find and stuff like that, but we all know how written material goes in these games,
Yeah.
especially when your team is like hurrying you on, like, where are you,
Right.
Ernest? We're fighting all these mosquitoes. Like, bitch, I just found a file. I'm not gonna sit and read that shit.
They broke the
So like,
jacuzzi.
yeah, who broke that jacuzzi? We have to get more coals. So I understand how that's frustrating, by the way. But like, hi, I'm Justin. Um, so I had a great time, especially considering who I played this game with. Y'all are wild. I know I'm not any better, but
we
but
all provide our different
um,
spies.
yeah, man, this just it like supplies the opportunity for so many shenanigans as you go through this. Like, highly recommend. Definitely looking forward to Grounded 2 as
Hell yeah.
well.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, I had a really good time with it. Staying
Hey,
at an 8 out of 10, but like
that's
still
fair. That's
very good.
great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not nothing. That's a great time.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
the
yeah.
majority of what you're going to get out of this game is 100% experience. It's going to be the experience. So bear that in mind. I do think that's majority like true for most games. Um, but then again, like you have the games that just really provide you with a lot of stuff in the context of it. But still, I know we've
And if
ragged
you
on
want
them a lot.
freedom, there's
There's
so
so much
much
freedom.
freedom in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we rag on him a lot. But honestly, huge shout out to Justin. He is our leader. He guides us around the place as
carried me.
chaotically as he does.
He carried me, dog.
And we would not have had a home. We would not have had the
We
comfort
would have had
level 4
one
home.
lean to.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Maybe. Well, so hold on. I built a chair. I built a chair to go look out on out on the sky, out on the grass,
That's
um,
right.
while
The little grass chair.
while the glue was churning. Uh, it ain't much. Um, but the other thing I do want to shout out is I do love the insect noises. The heavy bzzz of the mosquito, the cute snores that a lot of these creatures have, and I love like the cooing of the ladybug. It was so cool. I love the weevil. Like, what the heck? That's
Oh.
awesome. That's so good, so good, man. And it's awesome. I just thought that added to like this the giving the game personality and whatnot. Because a lot of these creatures, yeah, your spider is going to look like a spider. It's scary for the most part if you're not a fan of those, and the fact that they're so hostile. But then you have like your cute little ants and stuff like that. It's really awesome. But I also want to shout out. I do think this game has a really cool score. It's very like it provides like a really cool like 90s like synth wave aesthetic an
Right.
ambiance as you're playing through this to where like sometimes we were all kind of like for the most part we're all gabbing or like screaming at something but like when we did have those
Each
calm
other.
moments right
Yeah.
like where you do just actually hear it and hear it play out. I'm like, I could go to sleep to this. Like I could just sit here and vibe with this. And I think that that was really cool. And I will say from my little bit of experience in two, it seems like we're getting a lot more of that. Um
The one at the end too, like as you're like running back to base after
oh
defeating the waves of
the
enemies and stuff.
celebratory music.
Yeah, dude, it went so
Yeah.
hard. It went so
So
hard. I
hard
loved
for
it.
us to and
Yeah.
that for that to just lead to the negative ending. Uh, but overall,
He
very
stays a
awesome.
raisin.
He does, but he gets his wife back. It's all right. I'm sure they
Did you watch
no.
the good ending? You
I
didn't?
realize I probably should have now, but no.
I did.
Because
Yeah.
that's the canon one, obviously.
But you know what happens in the good one.
Yeah,
Just based off of what happens in the bad one, you know what happens in the
right.
good. It's
And
just like
I will also
he's
say
not
they
a raisin anymore,
yeah because
like,
they get
the
into it
bad
also
guy
at the
goes to
beginning of
jail.
two. Yeah, yeah,
Got you. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very cool game. Again, strongly recommend. Now next week we will be back. The plan right now is to review Metal Gear Solid Delta, the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Metal
Um,
Gear Solid Delta.
Metal Gear. Snake. It's gonna be fun. I'm very much looking forward to it. I've already beaten it. Ernest has already gotten to the end, and so we'll see how that's gonna go. And we are also playing through Gears of War. Reloaded is what it's called. We went through a huge chunk of that the last time we played. So we'll be making our ways through that. So definitely expect some more reviews. Albeit oh no, I was gonna say it's very Xbox heavy, but not the Metal Gear. But yeah, lots to look forward to, and we do have some movie stuff coming down the pipeline. We'll get more into explaining what that'll all look like as we make our road to Ghost of Yote here in a few weeks. But Ernest, where can the people find us to keep up with all of that?
So if you'd like to stay up to date with the show, you can find us out here on all these social medias, baby. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. And if you'd like to reach us directly, you can find us at lifeisstorytelling@gmail.com. We appreciate any and all feedback, and we fucking love you.
We love you so much, Ernest. I love you, bud. Thanks for being
I
here.
love you, baby girl.
All the love, all the love.
Shoot.
And again, bear in mind, we do again have that Hollow Knight Silk Song giveaway going on over on X. Go enter in that. It is US only. It says it on the post, but just putting it out there. Um,
Yeah.
and be on the lookout for some new things because we do have some cool stuff coming down the waterworks there. But thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and have a great weekend.